struggles and everyone has their challenges. It is really a big deal to come up here and share your story. I don't know you, you don't know me, and for them, these speakers to come up and really be transparent, keeping it real with us and telling us, hey, like, I really look good today because I have my blazer on and my heels on, but I had to go through it just like how you're going through it too. It is really important. I'm so grateful for this event today. Actually, this talk is what I was waiting for, but the event in general is long. Networking is tiring. You talk, you drink water, talk some more, and you say your name 20 times. But it is really important that you realize that you are making an impact for every person that you're meeting. And just like Dr. Harmon said, the follow-up is super important. So for today, you guys are probably tired at the end of the day, and we're gonna welcome Ms. Tania in just a second. But I wanna thank you for being here. I didn't get a chance to introduce myself to everyone and shake everyone's hand, but thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for being in this room with me and everyone here to surround ourselves around like-minded people and build this entrepreneurship community. Thank you. Ms. Tania Torres.
All right. Are we still awake?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. All right, so my name is Tania Torres, and I am the founder and CEO of a company called GlamTruck Warriors. And it is a beauty studio on wheels that travels directly to your home, your workplace, or beauty event. We offer full body waxing services, spray tans, and brow bar services. A little bit of background about me. I went to Temple University. I studied strategic communications. I got my esthetician license in 2010, and I worked for European Wax Center franchise for 7 years. Now, a lot of times when we come to these conferences, we sit and we hear people speak and they talk about what you should do. You should speak to this person, you should sign up for this, you should go talk to this person. That's not my story here today. It's not the you shoulds. It's more like the oh shits. Oh shit, it's COVID. Oh shit, I'm getting a divorce. Oh shit, how am I gonna take care of my kid? And that's really where my story begins. So right at the beginning of 2020, I knew that I was getting a divorce. And it was gonna be the second time in my life where I had to start all over again. The first was 9 years prior to that, with my daughter's father, her biological father. I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and that's a story for another day, but it was hard to come to terms that I would be having to start my life over again. And right after lockdown, I had the time to actually process what was happening. And I knew that I was going to have to do something when this was done. And the universe had a plan for me. Because literally 2 or 3 weeks after lockdown, I started getting a lot of phone calls. Hey, are you waxing? Apparently everybody was hairy. I think you guys remember that. Haircuts, long hair, unshaven legs, that whole thing. So it became like selling products on the black market. You come to me, and I would show up. I had the full hazmat suit, I had the mask, the gloves, I looked like I was an astronaut. I was in the garage, lugging all the equipment. And after a while, I realized, hey, I think this could be a thing. So on April 11th, 1 month after COVID started, I decided to do my LLC. And I did it for more than one reason. Not only to legitimize the business, but April 11th was significant because it was my birthday. And I thought, every year on my birthday, I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'm going to reflect, what did I do this past year? Where am I? Where am I going the next year? And so I made a promise to myself. I said, every day I'll wake up and I'll do one thing, even if it's just one thing that has to do with my business. So I learned how to make a website. I did my best. I signed up for social media. I had never been on social media. I created ads and just anything I could do. And in this process, I came to the realization, if I'm going to be out doing these services and my then husband's going to be at work, my daughter would have to stay home alone and do virtual school. And I toyed with this back and forth, and she was 9 at the time. We had one of the hardest conversations we have had to date. She's gonna be 13. I sat her down and I told her, you are unhappy, I'm unhappy, and I promised you that we would move and get our own place. But the only way that I can do that is if I go out and make money. So I bought her a cell phone, I got her an Amazon portal so I can drop in, and I left her at home. It was a really hard decision to make. Every day when I left, I cried. I still cry about it, just talking about it. But I knew it was going to be for a good cause, and I believed that this was going to work. So it did, and I got more and more clients, word of mouth spread, and by October, I was completely burnt out. I was literally lugging my wax bed, the pot, the garbage, everything into these people's homes, setting up, breaking down 12 clients a day or more, and I knew it wasn't going to be sustainable. So I reached out to my dad. He's a car enthusiast, he's an engineer, and I said, I need your help. We spoke earlier about having those people in your circle that just believe that you can do it. Well, he was my guy. And he said, okay, let's shop it. Let's do it. So we looked around. A month later, we purchased a Ford Transit, and he told me, you design it, and I'll build it. And 3 months later, in February of 21, the truck was done and it was on the road.
Oh!
It was really such a good feeling, and really cathartic for me because I was 35 at the time. I had the opportunity to work with my dad. You know, we really bonded during this experience. And the business grew 62% that year.
Nice.
By the end of that year, I had about 200 clients, and I was happy. It was growing, and I kept my promise to my daughter. That May, so a year after we started, I moved out, and we got our own place. So the following year, last year, in 2022, I knew I wanted to scale the business. I wasn't sure in what direction. Did I want to have more trucks? Did I want to have a brick and mortar? But I am a board member on the North New Jersey Chamber of Commerce, so if you're out there, definitely get involved in your community. And I was invited by Vince Vicari from the Small Business Development Center to go to an event at Garden State Plaza. I went, he introduced me to a woman named Jennifer Glass. Unbeknownst to me at the time, Jennifer Glass was an affiliate of a television show called America's Real Deal. At the end of the presentation, she approached me and she said, I was listening to the presentation, but all I could think about was your business model. Have you ever heard of the show Shark Tank? Yes, I love Shark Tank, I'm a big fan. She's like, there's a new show coming out, and it's gonna be like a hybrid between Shark Tank and American Idol. The first ever equity crowdfunding show in which people at home can vote for businesses that they wanna see grow. They can invest in startups right from a QR code on their screen for as little as $100, and I think you'd be a perfect candidate. Awesome. So I meet with the producers, I go through the preliminary round, everything sounds great, and then they hit me with the kicker. In order to go on the show, you would need to do a 2-year financial review. My financials were interesting. I would have to fill out application to process for the Securities Exchange Commission to prove that I wasn't a fraud. Okay, that was pricey. I would have to come with a comprehensive business plan. I had one, right, but it wasn't comprehensive. And I'd have to bring a pitch deck. What the heck is a pitch deck? And on top of that, what was an equity crowdfunding campaign? So there was a lot of, I don't know. I didn't come from a family that talked about stocks, bonds, equity, any of this. So I had to make it my business to learn. I had to do a lot of research before I made the decision, but I decided to take a risk and go spend 5 days away from my daughter and try it out. Before I left, I told them, listen, there's holes in my plan. They're like, don't worry, we have mentors, we're gonna help you. Okay? I get there, first few days are great. I'm like, TV sets, ooh, nice, fun. And first day of pitches, guess who they chose to go first? Me. So I go ahead, I'm in front of the panel, I've given my rehearsed pitch, and Marie Osmond, some of you may know who she is, she was hosting, and midway through my presentation, she says, cut. She goes, it's a great concept, but somebody's gonna steal her idea right away. I don't think she should be on the show. So I'm sitting there, now my mind is messed up, I'm devastated, and I cry, I get all flustered, and then I think about it. The next day I wake up, I deserve to be here, just like anybody else. So I reworked my plan, reworked my pitch, and I went into the boardroom the next day. 9 big head honchos around a large table, real estate tycoons, investors, angel investors, and I give my pitch, saying it's the revised version, but midway, I feel like I'm losing them. And I stop, and I said, I'm just gonna tell you the truth, and I tell you my why, and I tell them about the divorce, my daughter, but I also told them why I wanted to own a business. I wanted to give other people the opportunity to have their own. I wanted to franchise. I wanted to have other people in the beauty industry not just be a worker. I wanted them to be respected as an entrepreneur. And there was not a dry eye in the house. And out of all 15 contestants, every person in the boardroom said, yes, we believe in you. We want to support your idea.
Excellent.
So we shot that in May. It aired in November of last year, and since then a lot has happened. I've had the opportunity to speak and to be interviewed on various media outlets, newspaper, radio. I did a show with Sheila, based out of New Jersey, and it's really amazing. When you're happy, it flows into every aspect of your life. My daughter is thriving. She's a pre-professional dancer. She plays the violin. She's in honors. I lost 25 pounds. I got married. My longtime friend Jerry, for over 10 years, he's here today supporting me.
Congratulations!
I hired 3 estheticians that love their experience so much that they decided to go to school and get licensed to do what I do. And I gained a best friend out of it. One of my clients turned into my best friend. She's also my admin. Stephanie, she's here today with her boyfriend Oscar, always supporting. And lastly, this past week on Tuesday, I opened my first brick and mortar studio suite in NJSBDC. So I look at everything, and all I can say is, oh shit, I did it. Not all oceans are bad. Keep pushing, think outside the box, go with your gut, don't be afraid to mess up, and if you want to continue to follow our journey, I did apply for a grant with the NJSBDC to get 5 emission-free vehicles so that we can scale the business and do a licensing deal. So if they're listening today, I'm waiting on my application. And you can follow us at GlamTruck Warriors and at Glam Warriors Inc. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Excellent.
So good.